Good morning from St. Bartholomew's Yoga, Faith and Yoga class. I welcome you to join us today. I also thank Aaron Porter and Fred for being with us today for our hour of yoga and meditation and breathing together. So this week I was thinking about what to do for our kind of theme or thought process. And the word positivity kept on coming into my mind. And I was reminded when I was working in healthcare, there was a family who was going through a cancer and they were being treated over at Hershey Medical. And they were in for their checkup at our office, and they all had bracelets, just the vinyl kind, the band that said positivity on them. So I was reminded about that. So that's a reminder for you too. If you're feeling negative and not so positive, just think about positivity. So, all right, well, we're going to start this morning with breathing, and we're going to do something a little different. So get comfortable wherever you are. You may stand if you like. You may be in your easy seated position. You can stay in your chair, but let's get started. We're going to be using our hands for this breathing. But first, I want you once again to just soften or close your eyes if you're comfortable with that. And just be aware of your breathing pattern as it is right now. Just be comfortable with your breath. Just give it a few seconds. Keeping your hands together here because we're going to be using our hands for our breathing today. Just continue breathing while you're listening to me. What I was learning from this week was a wellness I was listening to on my phone, and it talked about breath being like the steering wheel for your body. Now we know when we get into our cars, you open the door, you sit down, the hands go right to the steering wheel, because without that steering wheel, you're not going to get where you're going to. So it is with the breath in our body. The breath comes to the lungs, it is distributed throughout the whole body, and you need the breath to help you through. Breath is the first thing we do when we're born, and it's the last thing we do when we die. So breath is such an integral part of daily life and for our bodies. So I want you to look at your left hand, just put it out in front of you, and then I want you to have your right index finger ready. We're going to start here at the base of the pinky. We're going to inhale and trace that pinky with our index finger. When you come to the tip, exhale down. When you come to the ring finger, inhale up. There's no need to hurry this. We can do it nice and slow. Exhale down. And continue through with the rest of the fingers on your hand. Inhaling up, exhaling down. However that done, exhale down with a pause. This time we're going to retrace it, starting with our thumb and ending with our pinky. But I want you to think about how individual your breath is and how individual your hands are. No one else has a fingerprint like you. And the fingerprint of our hand is also the fingerprint of our Creator. So just think about that. Let your eyes close. Inhale. Follow the contour of that thumb. Exhale down. And continue. come to the end, let's put our hands together again in just a moment. Thinking that breath as our steering wheel. And this time the right hand comes out and the left pointer finger starts with the pinky on that side. Inhaling as you trace it up with a pause. Back down. Exhale. Exhaling down the base of that rib. And pause for just a moment. You can also do this when you're washing your hands as part of the COVID time. We wash our hands more often than we ever did before. So while you're washing your hands too, maybe you want to take that opportunity to do one hand or the other. So let's start retracing with the thumb. Inhaling up. Exhale down. Inhaling up. And down. Come to the pinky. Reverse. And when you finish, hands come together. I hope that you found a little bit of peace in this breathing exercise, and maybe you want to share it with some others. And if you find a time when you're feeling anxious, take a breath, follow your fingers, a very easy solution to help you focus on your breath, centering, and some stillness. Okay, we'll get started with our warm-up today. We'll start with just closing the eyes again just for a moment. Gently open. With those eyes, look up to the right of the ceiling. And back down to the left of the floor. Up to the left side of the ceiling. And down to the right side of the floor. We're going to do a gentle forward of the neck, chin to chest, to center, and back. We'll go a tilt to the right, ear towards the right shoulder. You don't need to touch it, just keep it gentle. To the center. Ear towards the left shoulder. And back towards center. We're going to do an easy roll to the right and back. And one more time around that way. And reverse it to the left this time. Our shoulders up and down, up and down. We're going to roll our shoulders back and forward. And we're going to do a sweeping of the arms. So we're going to start with our hands out by our side, almost like it would be in mountain position. And we're going to just do a sweep up and down. Circling of the arms. It helps your arms and it also gets your chest warmed up and your shoulders. One more in this direction. And now we're going to go out towards the other way. take our right arm up. We'll bend at the elbow. Let the fingertips touch the middle of our back. Reach with that left hand and do a gentle pull over. And let that hand come back down. This time, left arm goes up. Bend at the elbow. Gentle pull. Right arm comes up alongside you. Left hand comes over and takes your arm at the elbow and a gentle pull across your chest. And release. Left arm comes out. Right hand goes to elbow and a gentle pull across the chest. We're going to do a little bit of a marching flow here. So what I mean by that is we're going to stand up if you're seated, and we are going to pick up lift your right knee, point that foot, and then flex the foot and put it down. Then we're going to move on to that left foot, pick it up, point, flex, and down. Here we go again. Point, flex, and down. Point, flex, and down. Point, flex, and down. Point, flex, and down. All right, now I'm going to ask you to join me on the mat, and we'll get started with today's yoga flow. So we'll come down to an easy seated position. That's where we'll start. I also wanted to share with you some positive affirmations for you this morning. And consider these while we're in our easy seated position. I am loved by God. God has not given me a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and self-control. God will never leave me or abandon me. God has great plans for my life. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. God listens to me. God had me in mind before I was born. I have been uniquely designed for a purpose. I trust God. So in this easy seated position, easy pose, we're going to concentrate a lot of our work on hips today. And as I told you, I read through the week about yoga and the practice and how I can improve and bring to you more techniques and knowledge to share with you. And one of the things that I learned this week, and I believe we learned this through Carrie and Dave, is your hips carry a lot of your emotions. So if you have tight hips, or if you have hips that are painful, perhaps you're carrying some of your pent-up emotions there. So by doing yoga and getting to the hip joints and getting the synovial fluid back and flowing there and blood circulating there and oxygen through breath, it eases some of that discomfort and pain. So this easy pose does work on our hips, and I'm sure you will feel that in your hips right here. So that is what we're concentrating on today. And I hope it does release. Like when I was working on this through the week, I did feel some release from my hip pain that I normally tolerate. So, and I hope you will as well. So from this easy seated position, we're going to move to a pose that may be a little bit new for us. It's called Board of the Fishes. So I want you to turn. So your legs are out in front of you, almost like in the staff pose. So right in front of you like this. And we're going to bend our right knee. And we're going to cross it over the left like this. So your spine should be straight. Your head, crown of your head should be up toward the ceiling. And this right knee is crossed over the left. Now we need that right arm to come over and kind of cradle the knee. And then we're going to inhale and take a turn to the left for a twist. Remembering to breathe in and out. And that gaze looks over the left shoulder. And let yourself ease up out of that. And we'll try the other side. We'll get ourselves situated again with a straight spine, crown toward the ceiling. Left leg crosses over the right. Left arm comes around, gives it a tug, nestles in there. Right arm goes around, and we do a turn. Breathing in and out. Lord of Fishes. Okay, we'll come back to that. We'll move on to our cat-cow, so we'll come up to a tabletop position. So tabletop position, get yourself ready. Hands are open wide, wrists are on top, elbows on top of wrists, and shoulders on top of elbows. When you're ready, breathe in, spine drops down, gaze lifts up. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Spine presses back. The navel pulls in toward the spine. Inhale, cow, gaze lifts up. Exhale, cat. And we'll finish with the cat. We're going to raise our right hand up and back down. We'll raise it up again and back down. One more time up. And this time we'll thread it through the space created by our left arm for thread the needle. Shoulder hugs to mat. Use your left arm to press up and bring that arm back. And we're going to get our right foot ready for kickstand. And we're going to open up to the sky with that right arm. And let yourself really open that chest up. And back down. And we'll work our left arm now. So we'll raise that up, left arm. And down. Left arm comes up. One more time. This time, really stretch your arm up. And let that arm thread down through the space on the right. Let your right arm help you push up. And we're going to use that left foot as our kickstand. And the left arm goes up with a nice stretch. And back down. Okay. We're going to return to our Lord of the Fishes now that we've talked about what that is. So we're going to do that again. We're going to come to staff position. Feet are flexed. We warm up just a little bit more, then we'll go ahead and do that. So staff position. If you're able to reach down kind of to a forward fold, stretch those legs a little. As you exhale, maybe you can reach farther. If you have a strap available, you can use that to get down a little closer. And let yourself come back up again. So let's bend that right knee. Let it cross over that left. We have ourselves in position. The right arm comes and cradles this knee, and we look over our left shoulder. And replace that left knee. The right knee, now your left knee bends, and it crosses over your left knee. Your left arm comes, cradles that knee. Our spine is straight, head straight, and we take a turn over and gaze over that right shoulder. Good. And then return to staff pose. And let yourself to a bend with the forward fold with the flexed feet. As you exhale, maybe you can get closer. And come back up. I'm going to ask Fred to come, and he's going to show us how to do the cow face pose for our hips.
For cow face pose, we're going to transition into staff pose, and we'll start by taking our right knee underneath us, our left knee over top of the right. We're going to be seated with your sits bones on the mat, with your feet on the mat. And then we can also go from here into cow face arms, where you'll take your right arm up, your left hand behind your back. Try to touch those fingertips together. If you can't do that, don't worry, there's another way you can do this. Take your arms behind your back, just to the tops of your shoulders. Okay. You don't want to be bent forward, you want to have your back positioned straight. Feel the stretch. You come back out of here, go to the other side. So we'll extend your legs out again in staff pose. This time we'll cross the right knee under, left knee over the top. Again, we'll reach behind us, try to touch those fingertips. I have a little bit of a problem here because my right shoulder is still not quite healed. I cannot get around quite as easily. You only do what you can. Remember to continue breathing. And what? Let's transition back out.
All right, that was a very good demonstration. For me, it's hard for my hips to sit very long in the cow face pose, but it is a good, excellent hip opener. And like Fred was demonstrating, the cow face arms, if you have problems with them touching, you can always use the strap to connect and do it that way. Okay, moving along from there, after the cow face pose, let's do a child's pose. feet come together and the legs open up to a child's pose. Breathe in and out. Let's take our hands to the right. Do a good stretch in that way. And back to center. And to the left. Okay, from here we're going to come back to tabletop. We're going to work on our spinal balance. So we're going to start with our right foot flex, pushing the door shut behind us. Left arm extends. And return. And we're going to flex our left foot, push the door shut behind us. Right arm extends. A nice stretch, keeping that balance. And return. From here, we're going to take that right foot back again, close the door. Left arm goes out, and we're going to do the pointer dog to the left side. And back over. Left foot goes back, it's flex, closes the door. Right arm goes out, and pivots to the left corner of the mat. And we'll come back to table. From table, we're going to go to a low lunge here. So we're going to bring our right foot forward, however is most comfortable for you. You can walk it forward like this. Your hands can be on either side of your feet. If you have trouble with that, you can use the blocks. You can adjust your left knee so it's back. If it bothers your knee, you can put a pillow or a blanket underneath it. But here we are in low lunge. Should be feeling a good stretch in your left thigh. Also in your right hip. Stay here for just a breath or so. From here, if you're comfortable, you can raise your hands to prayer position. And we are going to take a bend to the right for a revolved low lunge. And back to the front. Let's put our hands down just for a moment. And we're going to go with a reverse low lunge. So when you're ready, hands can come up to heart center. And then extend those hands up. And if you're able, just let it tilt back a little bit. Good. And let those hands come back to heart center. Let that front leg straighten. And do a stretch that way too, with the leg, front foot down, but the right foot is straight down instead of bent. And return to tabletop. If you need to take a little bit of a wag of the dog here, go ahead. And then we'll prepare that left foot to come forward. Bent. The right knee is on the mat. Hands are on both sides of the foot of the left foot. And let's give it a low lunge here. One side might be easier for you than the other two, just like any of our poses. When you're ready, hands to heart center, and let's take a turn to the left. Hands to heart center. And back down. And let your arms come up. And if you're comfortable with it, let yourself bend down. Hands to heart center. Let that left leg straighten out. Hands can come down to the mat. And let's bring that knee back again. We can go back into a child's pose for just a moment. After child's pose, let's come back up to tabletop. Let's tuck our toes into down dog. Let those legs stretch out. If you're comfortable with it, let that left leg cross over the right and give that a good stretch. And return. And now the right foot cross over. And let's walk forward. Come to a forward fold. Let your hands and your head hang heavy. Shake your head, yes. Let yourself come up to a half lift. And back down. And let yourself come up. Going to prepare for Warrior One. So in Warrior One, right foot goes forward, right in front of us. There's a bend in the knee, but it is not over the toes. Left foot comes back with a slight angle out to the left. Hips are to the front. When you're ready with your balance, hands on hips, hands to heart center. And when you're ready, let those arms go up. Stretch that left leg and really feel it in your legs. Keep your back straight.